Hello again out there in Mufindi Hospital Hike Land. Welcome to our series of Prologue hikes. Mufindi Hospital Hike 2011 presents Chicago. Today our landmark that we've hiked to is lovely Wrigley Field. A little bit of a history on this for those of you who aren't native Chicagoans. Originally this site was home to a fortress during the Civil War that was Abraham Lincoln's residence when he was in the state of Illinois. And also Ulysses Grant's crowning office, both being proud Illinoisans. Later on though, the area was purchased by railroad magnate Cornelius Vanderbilt, who wanted to use it as America's central emporium and think tank for trains. The train competitions between the US and Japan and Germany of the pre-World War II era being somewhat comparable to the space race in the 60s. The locomotive gap having, been a very important wedge issue in the 1924, 28, and 36 presidential elections. So for the majority of the pre-war period, this would host, conventions about trains, seminars on the history and strategy of trains, and it's actually named Wrigley Field because the staple of its collection came from gum magnate William Wrigley Jr., who donated the book of his own model train collection, which served as the beginnings of the display sets for the trains. Ironically enough, the tensions between the nations ended up being the downfall of the train museum, as during World War II, the Army had to commandeer this as a livestock field for all the meat that they would serve to the troops fighting abroad. Other trivia about this site is it was the venue for a college football game in 2010 between the University of Illinois and the University of Northwestern, and even hosted several games of the 1945 World Series. Finally, I think some of you who are residents might notice that a few times every year, between 65 and 75, depending on train schedules, the facilities staff will fly a white W flag to honor William Wrigley every time a Union Pacific train runs through. I think the record was in 2003, it flew about 82 times. So that's Wrigley Field. That's all from us, and keep hiking.